What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great week. We are here Thursday, and of course, because the game is on Monday, this is when the initial injury report for the week comes out. So some very important news for both teams, and I'm going to get right into that, show you both of the injury reports from today's practice. Both teams were scheduled to have a walkthrough, but the Eagles switched it up, had a full practice today. Love to see it. Let's get in the mud. Let's get dirty, baby. Let's get ready for this matchup. But we've got some important news here, so we're going to take a look at that, and then I'll give you a look at the depth charts here so you can see if, in case any of these guys are out, who will be taking their place, in case you've missed any of these shows this week. But you can always go back, check out Behind Enemy Lines, get to know everything going on with the Buccaneers, and, of course, everything with the Eagles here every single day. But the top matchups was also out yesterday, so hopefully you've been enjoying this content. I know I saw somebody just complaining about, there's nobody out here making Eagles content that talks about the game, and I posted my link and I said, I'm really sorry that you guys are going through this. Like, I don't know how you do it. More power to those of you who do. But if you sickos that are into this stuff, injury reports, knowing who's on the team, knowing the top matchups, what's actually happening, hey, I can't thank you enough. But I've seen it all, the chaos. And look, I do my best to counteract it. I'm doing what I can to get in front of the media, the fans that, season's over. Every week we've been hearing it since season started. So, look, I understand it, but for me, I'm going to enjoy the ride. Don't know if this is the last week. Don't know if there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more weeks. I don't know. Don't care. But I'm riding, and I'll be bleeding green the entire time. And we'll start sicko season as soon as it begins. Until then, let's effing ride, baby. I don't know where, all these diehards are that I always hear about. You sickos in here, that's about as far as it reaches to me. I don't see much. Not many fans out there that, bleed green, that root for the Eagles when they're not winning. So for me, it's win, lose, or tie, bleed green until I die. And for those of you like me bleeding that green, let's jump into this and get excited for this Monday matchup, getting ready to shut down all these haters. And, they're going to be, I can see it now, the backtracking. You already see it this week, I can't believe people are talking. And it's like, those are the people talking trash. It's like, dog, I don't know why you guys do it. I don't know why you flip so much, but let's go Birds. We've got diehards in here like China that are just trying to enjoy the Birds. And we understand you're upset that you don't know what's going on, but maybe, just maybe, listen to a show for once, learn something. We talk about all of the things that need to be fixed, and finally we make it to the playoffs, and everyone is finally repeating everything I've been saying here for the last month and a half. And it's like, that's what I'm trying to say. I understand fire cut everyone. That's the easy way to go. But the media really doesn't have a strong grasp of how football works. You remember last year when they said fire Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, Jonathan Gannon, trade Jalen Hurts before we went to the Super Bowl. So I don't really gauge what they say. They don't know what they're talking about. So who cares? But let's jump into this. I'll get over to your comments in a second here, but I want to show you this stuff, and then we'll get into the conversation. But let's look at the Eagles injury report here, and we'll start it off with the Birds. And you can see, did not practice was A.J. Brown, Reed, Blankenship. Limited was Jalen Hurts and Britton Covey. And then full, Slay, Smith, Swift. Let's go. Now, we talked about this. Brown and Blankenship won't be surprised if they do not practice today, and they didn't. So when you get banged up in a game, sometimes you want to be precautious. Now, obviously at the top, those days are wrong. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday because the days are moved. But apparently, I know what I did. I had a completely different chart, and it was from week 3. I accidentally grabbed the old one, and then I just went back to this one, didn't switch the days. Sweet. So everything else is right, but today is Thursday, I can promise you. But look, Jalen Hurts, very limited today. Posted that clip you guys saw, but look, we're going to be very precautious with him. He'll be good to go. Britton Covey, limited with that groin injury, but seeing Slay, Smith, Swift all full, that is fantastic. Now, Blankenship and Brown, obviously we talked about this. We don't know if they're going to play, but don't get upset if they don't practice today. And they didn't. So we'll look tomorrow for the updated injury report. I'll drop that for you. You'll know what's going on, and that'll be a little bit more telling. But the game status report will come out on Saturday. But let's take a look at the Eagles. I went ahead and put Sidney Brown on IR. I imagine that move is coming soon. But you can see on the left is the offense. On the right is the defense. So you will not see any of these guys on the depth chart, but anyone in green new to the team this season. So jumping into the offense here, look, everybody sounds like they're good to go. Obviously, Hurts dealing with that right finger injury. And then you talk about Britton Covey with the groin. But hopefully these guys are good to go. And obviously Covey, special teams piece there. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Slay looking like he'll be back, hoping that Ringo gets to see more reps, then Bradbury, Maddox getting up to speed. And I went ahead and put Tristan McCollum with the parentheses as a practice squad elevation. Maybe they sign him to the active roster. Either way, I see him on this roster on Monday because we're going to need some safety depth there. Maybe they elevate Mekhi Garner as well. We're going to use all the help we can get there. But everybody else you see, and if Reed Blankenship is out, you're definitely going to elevate Mekhi Garner. So I'll keep you up to date with that, and the elevations will be out Monday. But here is the special teams. And again, if Covey, something were to happen, you have Alameda there, emergency, DeVonta. So you have some other pieces, but would love to see one of the best punt returners in the game healthy and ready to go for this game. But again, being limited doesn't mean he's going to miss, just being precautious with someone who just got banged up. Now, I mentioned the elevations. Here is the practice squad for the Eagles: 8 on offense, 8 on defense, and they can elevate 2 of these guys. Doesn't matter how many times they were elevated in the regular season. It just goes back to 0, and they can be elevated as many times as they want. So whoever they need here, and again, I think Tristan McCollum, and hey, maybe it's not Garner. Maybe they get someone like Josiah Scott. I don't know which way they're going to go here, but I'm guessing they're going to get some secondary help there, but we shall see. Now, you see the Eagles' injuries. Talk about that in a second, but let's take a look at the Buccaneers here quick. And any questions, anything you have, feel free to get it in here. And as you can see, did not practice for these guys. Depth piece, KJ Britt, but starting left tackle Tristan Wirfs with an illness, so he should be good to go. But Baker Mayfield, you heard me in these last couple of shows talking about those injuries he has. And man, whether he plays or not, he is banged up big time. They only were able to score 9 points, last week. And I think that we know that we can beat this team. We already did it this year, but don't sleep on them. But obviously their quarterback banged up, not practicing. That's much worse than, being limited. So we'll keep you up to date there. But limited was depth piece there, Josh Hayes. And then Mike Green, who is designated to return off of IR, was a full participant. So speaking of that IR, let's look at that before we look at the depth chart. And you can see Russell Gage and Jensen on offense, and then Mike Green there on defense, who has the asterisk because, well, as I mentioned, designated to return. Now, anyone who will be orange will be new to the team, but nobody on IR is. So let's look at it here. You see on offense, Baker, and then they added rookies Trey Palmer and Cody Malk as starters. Got some new depth pieces there. But look, this team's loaded with talent. And, if Baker Mayfield banged up or not, he's still got a lot of weapons. So got to watch out there. I assume Wirfs will be good to go. But on the defensive side of the ball, only a couple of depth pieces were banged up. KJ Britt and Josh Hayes there. Everybody else looking like they're going to be good to go, minus those depth pieces. We'll keep you up to date there. But then the special teams, everybody healthy there, no issues. And then their practice squad, they can elevate, just like we mentioned with the Eagles, 2 of these guys, whoever they want to. So I'll keep you up to date with all of it every single day. And I keep seeing people saying they wish there was content like this. Hey, if you know people who like the Eagles, who like knowing everything going on, sucks they missed an entire season of it, but I'm always happy to see new fans and bring in, some sickos that have been missing out. Hate to see that people don't know who's on the team, have no idea ever what's going on. It's sad. You think they would actually be able to, make better judgment, I guess, on what they're saying out here. And their analysis that, we just need to fire and cut everyone just never lines up with, what's happening in reality. So I don't know. Maybe one day they'll like the information that's useful. I don't know. But yes, that DNP is what that meant. So he is a non-participant today. And you know it, China. I'm going to keep doing my best to get them all aboard. But I appreciate you, China. But yes, that is what this injury report is for every single week. So we're here in the 19th week doing it. So if you guys are ever into this kind of stuff, this is every single week. The initial injury report usually comes out on Wednesday when the game's on Sunday. But because of the game being pushed back, that's when it comes out today. So if you guys are into this stuff, you want to know what's going on with the Eagles. I mean, if more of your stuff is Dan Sileo, fire everyone, we all suck, everybody trade them all. Hey, I get it. Trust me, that is what most of the fan base loves. But I know that there's sickos out there, and it might be few and far between. But that's what this show is for. You guys, and I've seen all the videos. The Eagles are firing Nick Sirianni. We're going to hire Bill Belichick before the playoff game and implement a new system in a day and all this stuff. This thing just froze. I don't know how much you heard me, but I don't know. Whatever. William, what's up, man? This thing is clicking itself. So appreciate you, my man. Hope you're doing well, and hope Brady stays developing Philly down in Jalen Lee. So I saw your comment yesterday, and I was just trying to let you know this fan base, and the media, they're always each week going to pick someone that needs to be fired. So they hate Brian Johnson. And, it's only the Rooney Rule. A black guy could never be, talented enough to be a coach. I 100% disagree with that. I think that he is very, very good coach. And, the issues we've had, I've talked about it each week. I mean, I'm blaming Sirianni, Brian Johnson, Jalen Hurts, the offensive line. Everybody's getting that work because this is a team effort here, man. But I don't think it's to the point where, like most fans and media, where 11-6, you never want to go to that record. You got to fire everyone, and it's like, what? Being good is actually a good thing. So I want to continue to develop. Third year for Nick Sirianni, and obviously everybody wanted to fire Steichen and Gannon last year before we went to the Super Bowl. Now everyone wants them back. So whoever, if we were to fire someone right now, you would have to hear a year from now how he's the greatest coach the Eagles ever had. And the fans, we're so stupid for firing him. If we could have kept it. And it's like, holy shit, every year. And dude, look, understanding that in a first year, guys aren't going to be Hall of Famers. They're not going to be the greatest ever. Brian Johnson's going to have his issues, but he's a first year play caller for this team. And I think that, with Nick Sirianni, a lot of people don't know that Nick Sirianni is an offensive-minded coach. That is the head coach, which means he's in charge. I can't believe the media doesn't at least, maybe I should make shows about that kind of stuff. Yes, a head coach is in charge of the team, and when they're offensive-minded, they usually run the offense. So the media has been getting torn. They don't know who, just this guy. And it's like, well, dude, maybe understand what you're talking about. But, everybody wants to fire Brian Johnson this week, and then next week it's Nick Sirianni, and then it's Howie, and it's Jeffrey Lurie's got to sell the team, and Hurts has got to be traded. And I hear it all. I do. But for me, understanding that it takes time, development, and that's my key word I used for Jalen Hurts for 3 years, why every content creator, fan, media person told me I didn't know football. And it's like, look, I understand you don't know football, and I understand you don't know development, those people, but I'm going to do my best to keep teaching them, right? And get them on board with the notion that this isn't Madden. You're not going to just create a player and he's 100. You guys saw those other content creators jumping in the show. Sidney Brown sucks. He'll never be in it. And it's like, it was like his second game playing or something. It's like, damn, dog. You guys got to understand how football works first before we're cutting and firing and trading. And everybody sucks. And this team's the next Browns. And I don't get it, man. Crazy stuff. But for me, it's going to be bad. If we lose Brian Johnson again, not only will it be bad for the team to try to implement something different. Look, the offense, I think it's really weird that they won't, and I love to see the media and fans finally repeating me with the hot reads, getting more formations, things like that. Thank you. That is what we need to do. Not fire, cut, and trade everyone. Getting rid of Jalen Hurts, that's not helping. I promise you. So being more creative, getting those things we've talked about is the key here. And I think they're all going to learn, get on the same page. And look, for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I can't force them to do it, but there are ways they can fix it. And I'm hopeful that they do that this game. But I don't know that just jump and ship all the time. We got to restart every year. We got to get new head coach every year if we're not, Super Bowl winners. That to me is not the right mindset. I think, being the greatest coach in Eagles history all time in your first 3 years is actually a good thing. And I think that making the Super Bowl, that's also pretty good. But in his second year, maybe that's too long for some people. 2 years is a really long time. What? So you got to understand these people, they're just dumb. So look, they're going to fire, cut everyone. We'll get into who's actually getting fired, cut. I'll tell you who's actually staying and going, just like every year in the offseason. And I'll get things right while these people continue to talk about shit that'll never happen. And then everybody's mad at me because it happens. And it's like, yep, what a jerk I am for trying to help you. But that's why I love you guys, China. You sickos, that's what this is about. For me, I can't do it anymore. The negativity is unreal. I understand you guys hate me for not wanting to quit and not being a Cowboys fan. And I get it. If that is your style, you only root when they're winning, dude, go get it. Be a quitter, man. Never, always give up or whatever. Hey, that's awesome. But for me, Nah, I can't do it, dude. I grew up an Eagles fan, so I actually bleed green. It's not like I didn't become a fan when we won the Super Bowl. Like it's none of that weird stuff with the new fans. But I understand a lot of people don't understand that, and that's okay. And look, man, they have played like ass for a month and a half, and I've let them hear it. You know that, but you also understand this is the NFL, and this team I think got too cocky, and we talked about that each and every week. You go into these games, oh, we're better than this team. We're gonna run this vanilla shit, and we're just gonna beat them. It doesn't work, man. And a lot of these teams are sending pressure. We're not, creating these hot reads. We're not putting in hot routes for these plays where I've made it so basic and simplified it so many times to try to show you how easy they could fix these things. And then it takes a month, but then the media finally catches up and watches my show, and the fans and content creators do. And it's like, yes, like that. And when they all start repeating everything I say, I'm like, thank you. You finally watched. Like, oh, or just took a super long time for someone to finally figure it out. But it's like, dog. I don't know, man. But look, I have never once denied they've played like pure ass. I've just never been of the boat that, the people that said trade Hurts last year. I don't get down with those people that don't know football. I can't. I just can't do it. And yeah, a lot of people hated being number one against the pass, hated being number one in turnovers, hated breaking, NFL records and sacks. And I actually enjoyed it. And, we talked about that the first year, fire Steichen, Gannon, fire Howie and Sirianni, trade Hurts because the team's so bad. And when I predicted we make the Super Bowl, I was explaining that development, explaining why being good at something is actually a good thing. And, they don't want to hear it. Oh, you got to be like Wink Martindale. See, what you want to do is blitz every play. That way you're last in the league in points. You're last in the league in yards. Your team never makes the playoffs. You just suck. But you're blitzing every play, baby. Let's go. Like, that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard, man. Like, okay. So when a bunch of celebrities on the team, yeah, it's really weird. Like, we're apparently Bill Belichick's the head coach. Nick Saban's our offensive coordinator. Wink Martindale's the defensive coordinator. It's crazy, man. Reno Mahe's coming in as special teams coordinator. We got so much going on. I don't know how to keep up with it. That's why I like to stick to football. And, I see people complaining like, why aren't there channels that do breakdowns every day? And it's like, well, why don't you guys watch channels that break it down every day? If they supported this would grow more, but they don't. They are the ones that comment on the Dan Sileo videos, the ESP. So it's like, if you want it to go away, you have to stop obsessing over it and literally talking about it every second. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy to me. Brian Johnson has shown he's a very intelligent young man. I mean, look, he created Dak Prescott. He's the one that made him good. He did all these things with so many. Kyle Trask made Kadarius Toney look good. I mean, the dude's talented. And obviously, he is his first year play caller here with the Eagles, and he's going to have his issues. And the lack of creativity things, I put it on him. I put it on Sirianni. I put it on Hurts. I put it on this offensive line. But I still think they're pretty good, and I think they can fix it. So that's where my confidence comes. People, oh, you're a cheerleader. No, man, I just know how football works. And, unfortunately, I'm not a whiner, and yeah, I could sit here every day and tell you the Eagles suck and I quit and yeah, you're going to eventually be right because only one team wins a Super Bowl each year. So if that's your thing every day, your show is built on whining and crying and arguing with Cowboys. Hell yeah, man. Go get it. But for you diehards, baby, that's what this is about. So, and yeah, I know. And look, this is how it's always been for me, China. I grew up, you know me, I'm a free spirit. You guys have gotten to know me personally, where, look, dog, I speak the facts and the truth, and I know it rubs people wrong. I do, and I don't mind because somebody in this world has got to stand up and speak the facts, especially in the age of misinformation. And I think I was being bred for that as a young man, and I'm very grateful now because the internet wasn't even a beast like it is today. And you see what it's done to people. They have nothing but information right in front of them, and they choose not to. They choose to type in the search bar what their narrative is. I want to find someone that agrees with my stupid shit. And that's what they do rather than learning. And it's like, dog, for me, I feel like I've wasted a day if I don't learn at least like 5 things in a day, new things. I want to learn new words. I want to learn how to do something, how to build something. How could you not want to be better? And look, man, I'm not trying to judge anybody here, but it's just weird. Like, don't you want to learn about football first before you're an expert? Like, I would have a basic understanding first before I paraded around like these Thomas Petersons and all these people that don't know anything about football. It's like, but people all follow them. And it's like, all right, dude, like, more power to you. I guess they like the racism aspect of it and, the pedophilia, the roofing people. I can never get down with those, but hey, more power to people that love that stuff. Yeah, we're bringing in Gronk here. We're getting Tom Brady at quarterback. I mean, it's brutal out there. It really is. And I'm all about it. I am. So love to hear you saying that. And look, man, I have no idea if this team is going to get it together on Monday. I want them to. And I'm a fan. That's my only job here until I'm working for the Eagles. That's what I'm doing here. And what I'm trying to show you is how they fix it, what they do. And, you get stuff like this, the injury. But why would anyone want to know what's going on for the game? It's like, well, that is very important, actually, to breaking things down. Why would you want to know what the strength and weaknesses are? Like, that actually helps, knowing what's going on is actually beneficial to me. I mean, people ask me, how do you always know the free agents we're going to sign? How do you always get it right and nobody in the media does? How do you have 5 years in a row predicting the Eagles' first selection? I do the work, man. Like, I put in the work. Like, why do you think every content creator tunes in during the offseason to get the answers? How does the cap work? Dog. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep listening to these people that literally don't know the basics. That drives me insane. Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I can see it. Totally. Yeah. Sorry. It's so brutal out there. And I don't know. I'm sorry I'm rambling, but I got a little time today. I actually have like a few minutes here. So let's get into it, guys. And I'm sorry if you tune in for the injury report. Just rewind it if you want. But I'm going to sit back and I want to talk to you guys because I'm excited, dude. And look, I hate harping on the negativity. You guys, you ask me all the time about it, and I get it, dude. It is annoying to you too. But for me, it's like, damn, I put hours and hours and hours worth of work into this show in my free time. And dog, for people to just tune in, fire everyone, it's like, or maybe just, and even if you don't agree, just say like, hey, man, like, I don't agree with that. I think we should do this instead. But instead, it's just following the media. And I'm telling you, dog, that is just the wrong path to go down. Learn out, and right? Exactly. And it's like, China, I think last year was your first year in sicko season. Did you see anyone else out there? Is there anyone else that I'm unaware of that knows about the cap, that predicts who the Eagles are taking, who literally tells you how we're going to trade for A.J. Brown, we're going to get James Bradbury, we're going to get Hassan Reddick? You guys remember I made that post to Darius Slay the day before, and I said, man, I think the Eagles should trade for you. Would love to get you on the show. He, of course, ignored me. But, dude, it's I putting in the work. And those people, they're always jumping. We're getting rid of everybody. This guy, Josh McDaniels is our next coach. Does any of that stuff ever happen? Did we get Bijan Robinson? Like, I just need to know. Is this like, am I in a different reality? Because like, I know I'm the only show that gets this stuff right. And yet I have to pretend every year that I don't say this stuff because it upsets people. And it's like, shouldn't you be excited? Like, I know you sickos are excited, but it's like, what I would be pumped if there was a channel I could tune in and be like, this guy is going to tell me how everything works. And he's actually going to be right more than anyone ever in the media. So crazy to me. But that's why I tell you sickos how much I love you all the time, because I truly do. Like, without you diehard fans, I'd go insane. Like, it blows my mind to watch people repeat what I say and then they get like 4,000 likes. And it's like, I just said a month ago and everyone told me how much of an asshole I am because I understood how things worked. Like, what? Yo, my man G Fish in here. That's what I'm talking about. We need more diehards. Let's go. Let's get this party started. We got China. We got Anton. Yo, now G Fish up in here. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this party effing started. And I know, and Michael, I know you were in here earlier, but look, this is a weird time, 5:30 on a Thursday, but wanted to jump in here and just talk with you guys a little bit. I know the injury stuff, it scares people every week, but that's why I make this every week, to explain that stuff, to try to help people. Look, a lot of times they're going to end up DNP, but tomorrow is the more important day. It's just, but yeah, right. But go get some snacks. I got that time, right? But, oh no, I really appreciate you guys though. And I don't want to like make my show, because I hate that it always becomes like, we got to talk about these negative Nancys, right? But it's like, as Tim, my man, likes to call them, let the wine coolers just go chill in the cooler, right? Because, dog, if you ain't on board, we'll see you on Monday night, Tuesday, when you're back on. You'll tell us how you're the biggest fan ever. We can't wait. But for you sickos, man, I honestly, like, I look forward to these shows. Like, it's been brutal as of late, but it's like, I know my diehards are going to be there. I know they're going to show up, because the comment section, it just gets dude, people just come in droves about how much they hate the Eagles. They've been the biggest fan ever, but they hate them. And it's just like, please shut up. Like at this point, bro, it's the wild card. Can we enjoy a week here? Because if it's the last week, it's really going to suck that we couldn't even have 1 week where we're allowed to root for our team. Like everybody's got to whine like a bitch. Like, all right, dude, like give me a break, bro. See, someone said we need Belichick after Syria. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I was talking about that earlier in the show. China made the joke. Yeah, Gronk's coming. I was saying, we're getting Belichick as head coach. Saban is off, defense. And you got everybody's coming in, bro. We're bringing in Wink Martindale. Tom Brady's coming. We're getting Vince Lombardi. The ghost of Vince Lombardi will be there in hologram next year, actually as an advisor to the head coach. That's what I'm hearing down from the media. They're passing it down. I mean, that's how we do this, right? Is this going to get me clicks? Well, my sources tell me the Eagles are getting the ghost of Vince Lombardi. Like, that's what I see. Just stupid people making shit. And then every time I see it, like if it's something and everyone, like the masses, I always just go to my source. Like I actually have a source. So it's always funny. Like, is this? And they're like, no, they're just lying again. And I'm like, oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure. It's funny for me that people are irate that I have real sources and like do so. It's like, hey, man, I built this thing. I worked for it. I earned it. I'm sorry that look, you've got 10 times more subscribers than me. You were able to steal my work and you have seen all of the bandwagon closet. You have all of them. So don't be mad. Enjoy that. I have given you free work. I do all the work for you. You look like a genius if you just repeat me. So you're welcome. What I need you to do is just maybe sit down and listen more. And then you don't have to repeat me and tell me how you never said all the things. I mean, let's go, baby. And I'm not talking to you sickos. I always want to speak to the people that I know are stealing my content because I know they're watching. I just need to give them those messages that I do know. And when I'm working for the Eagles, don't worry, I will remember. Last year, my first, and look, I appreciate that. And I'm just asking, like, people always tell me, and it's like, okay, well, then name me someone. Like, not someone you like. I mean, like someone who's getting things right, who didn't want to trade Hurts, who gets the job. Not that you're a fan of them. I'm a fan of people. I like people. I'm saying who's getting things right, because that to me, to be an expert, you should probably get things right. That's just me. But to each their own, man. To each their own. Now there's some channels that break down film and they explain the game. Yeah. And look, man, I've told you guys a million times over. I truly apologize. I don't have the equipment to, bring. I try with videos and it usually ruins stuff. I do things where I try, but I got shitty stuff I'm working with here. I always try to tell you, look, I can't imagine the day that I have a computer like those people, that I have PFF. I have all these stats that, that you don't need to do any work. You just copy, paste, and repeat. I couldn't imagine how easy my life would be to not actually have to do work. But then again, would I be able to just take all of them to the woodshed if I had all of that stuff? I don't think so. So this makes me grind. And, I thought about doing some behind the scenes shows just so you can see some days where I'm like effing losing my mind. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a 5-minute video. And I'm saying, dude, so look, my dedication is because of you guys. You keep showing up and look, man, watching people try to explain the game, and some of them have no idea what they're talking about. And it's really embarrassing, and they should not have access to all 22. But I try to tell you guys what I see from when I watch it. I try to do what I can, and I've gotten in trouble before from using video, so I don't know how they exactly do that stuff. But one day, I'm going to work for them, and I'm going to be allowed to use that stuff. And I'm going to be like Fran Duffy. I'm going to be hanging out with Fran, and we're going to have a great time. But until then, all I can do is sit here, create graphics for you, and talk. So I'll do my best, and I know that's not for everyone. And I get it. Look, you need that quick, you need a quick video. You need, we're trading for Belichick. Oh, we're getting this. I get it. It's people need something now. They don't like to hear this is how things actually work. Like, no, we're not trading for Derrick Henry. This is how the cap works. F you, man. How dare you tell me how things work? It's like, I don't know. But I love that. I love to see more people trying to understand football. That's literally what I sought out to do. And I've told you a million times, there are 10 million people that know more about football than me. But there's no one else that's an Eagles content creator or media person in Philly that does, because I've seen them. And that's why I created this channel, because somebody had to step in here and start talking some football, man. I was on my deathbed and I created this because I didn't want to die reading dumb shit. That's embarrassing. That's how bad it was. And here I stand. I literally beat death just so I could be here, man. Just so I could stand up to them. So you wonder why I'm so passionate about it. I'm still kicking, man. And yeah, dude, they're going to say it's each week there's something. So Minter from Michigan. Yeah, we talked about Minter last year. You guys remember, if you're into any of the names that are popping back up, there's videos on every. I mean, when I say it's sicko season, while everyone was talking about how trade Jalen Hurts last year, I was telling you guys literally who we were going to draft, who we were going to trade for, how we were going to trade for DeAndre Swift. Hey, why don't we talk about things that never happen? But Harbaugh, I've seen that. I'm just not sure that the Eagles feel the same way that the media and fans do. I think they like being good. That's just me, but maybe they want to go back to losing all the time. I don't know. I'm glad you like that. Really, the things I see, man, it's just like, what? And yeah, Belichick and Philly. Let's just think about that. Can you imagine? He would probably be fighting the fans. He would be so disgusted. Like the first time that our offense went on the field and our home team was being as loud as they could to make it harder for our offense, he would literally probably grab like a microphone and be like, please shut the fuck up. This is our offense. We don't want to be loud. And like, I can't believe people still struggle with that. Like, what? So I don't think that would fit at all. That, because we've been overtaken by these new fans ever since we won the Super Bowl, and you see them, they're pretty hats and shoes and they're dressing up. It's about getting drunk and roofing people and, being weirdos at tailgates. It's like, dog, for me, it's always about the Eagles, the game. Like, I don't give a shit about, your shotgun and beers and whining an hour into the game. Cool. I'm watching the game. Like, I don't get it. So could you imagine someone coming here like that and just being like, we want to dedicate our time to football, and the way fans hate football and only prefer like the, extracurricular stuff, he would not. He'd lose his mind. Like, wait, the media doesn't ask football questions. The fans don't want to talk football. They literally just want to talk about who's wearing what clothes. And like, that's weird, man. New age though. So, hey, to each their own. Ouija board. Yo. Yeah, we're about to, I guess. The Ouija board's going to take over as GM. We're firing Howie. He didn't draft Bijan Robinson, Jordan. Yeah. No, dude. I think people just need to learn football. That would go a long way. Yeah, and I wonder about that, Anton. Sometimes I'm like, holy shit, just imagine if I had people working for me instead of me doing all 20 jobs by myself. Like, I'm the graphic designer, the producer, the host. Like, I literally have to, do all the advertising for myself, everything. Now I started creating t-shirts. Yep. Already got a couple of designs lined up here. Already got the Big Dom Energy one out. I'm going to try. I am trying so effing hard. And you guys know, with all of my medical issues, what that did to my life financially, and just piling all of that on top of, just life, family, work, everything that's going, life. It makes it insane for me. But one day I do believe that I will work for the Eagles. I will have a team of people that I won't have to lose my mind every day trying to get this content to you guys, because I do. Every single day is dedicated to making sure you sickos have all of the information you would ever need. And yeah, some people ask me, why didn't you post about the misinformation or the hot takes? Why didn't you? In the off season, I try to touch on that stuff that all the fans want to talk about, the things that never happened, because I know that's what everyone wants to talk about. But I try to explain why it's not going to that way, so people aren't mad at me. Like, I just try to show them, like, look, this is how the cap actually works. And, you got this media guy telling you we got this much cap space. ESP lies about the cap space every year. And someone told me he finally watched my show last year and started stealing my content. And hey, man, I was just trying to teach you how football works, bro. So I'm glad you're finally copying everything I say, because what you got to realize is, when you guys have all these followers, they then come to me and tell me what stupid shit you tell them, and then they repeat it, and then I've got to sit there and be like, no, that's not how football works. And they're like, yeah, but this dumb guy told me. And it's like, yeah, but that guy's dumb. I don't understand it, man. So yeah, they've got these teams of like 40 dudes that have never picked up a football, never played a football. They might have won like a Super Bowl in Madden one year, but it's like, dog, couldn't you just hire someone that knows something about football? And then they're like, well, let's get the guys that don't, played 30 years ago and think the NFL is still the same. It wasn't even the same last year, but we're apparently blitz every play. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And it's kind of sad, how tainted sports world has become, because they hire people that, don't know anything about football. Like, oh, well, this guy was entitled his whole life, so he's got to get hired. Well, this girl did this. Well, this guy did that. And it's always something stupid to why they're hiring. It's like, Well, what did they say about the draft? Like, who did they predict? Like, can I just know something football-wise? Well, you see, their parents grew up. And it's like, I don't give a shit what they were given in life. I want to know what they earned. And I don't see much of earning anything other than just laughs. And that's embarrassing. Dude, here's the crazy thing. They came after me because I predicted Hurts development. And, when they were all the top content creators were saying, trade Jalen Hurts for Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo. I was out here explaining how things worked, and we had his mom on here. It was awesome, but they hate me, bro. Like, they hate me. And, these are the people that are always making fun of, handicap people, and always like, these people are evil. These Eagles fans, they are terrible people. And, they did everything they could. They sat there for months and just reported every post I ever made. They got my account. I had 6,000 followers, dude. I had Jaws following me, freaking, dude, everyone. Like, I don't know why Jaws was the only one I thought of, but like Eagles players, dude. And like Jordan Davis, we had Kaiser. I don't know why I'm thinking of old ones. I can't think of any of the newer ones, but I finally got players this year following me. They get rid of my account. And I was like, you fucking, like, maybe work harder. Stop being such little dick weirdos. Like, work harder. Stop stealing my shit, dude. And getting rid of that account, now it's at like 300. It's so funny. Like, I don't interact with people. Like, I'll post my stuff. I will try sometimes to be nice and interact, but it's like, dog, I do not. And that's pretty much all social now. You guys know, I apologize to you guys. I'm like, sorry if I miss your stuff, or if you try it again, message again, comment again, because, bro, I do my best I get so many notifications. I used to go through and drive myself crazy, going through every single thing, and then it just got to the point where every notifications is how everyone hates the Eagles. And I'm like, I don't care. So every social media, I would say Facebook's the worst. Twitter's right there. Instagram, I'm not really sure what that is. Like, you're just supposed to, like, am I supposed to post pictures of my balls or something? Like, I don't know what that is. Threads, that's kind of like, seems like the better version of Twitter. Less racism, pedophilia, weirdo shit. So that's okay. I try to be interactive there. That one just kind of started. But YouTube is what I stick to. And even that, you got crazies. But I know that you sickos are here. So that's why I just try to stick to this. And I always tell you, if you need me, really just, you could jump on a show every day. I'm always here. So if you ever feel like I missed something, or just say something to me. I'm here every day. There's no way you could tell me you haven't seen me or you don't know how to. I'm right here. I'm literally right here. But yeah, it's up there with Facebook. They're both pretty bad. I've tried to help those people for years, but they're all about the reactionary stuff. Oh, speaking of reactionary, yeah, of course they did. Blitzing every play. Well, let's go. Blitz every play. He is one of the biggest flip-floppers, and if we could just get him out of the past, if we could just go back and bring him up to what's going on now in the world, that'd be great. Somebody could just sit him down and explain how things work. I think it would be fantastic. Exactly, right? I created the show on my deathbed, literally, and I wanted to get away from it. I just said to myself, holy fuck, these people are dumb as shit, whiny as shit, and this was before we won the Super Bowl. We all know my first year I predicted the Super Bowl, and when we won it, you should have seen the death threats. Oh, my God. And I was only on Facebook at that time. I couldn't imagine how Twitter would have treated me. Oh, my God. I hope you die. I hope your cirrhosis. Like, these people were pissed that I explained exactly how Nick Foles would win the Super Bowl. And it was great to see them all become the biggest fans ever after we won. But it's like, dog, like, what do you think that was doing to me? Like, holy shit, all I'm trying to do is help you. And I need to die because of it. And they still do that stuff. They're always wishing death on me, making fun of my looks. Hey, look like you're on crack or med. Like, yeah, sorry, dog. I can't fucking gain weight with cirrhosis. Like, people are they have such tiny little penises. And you got to understand, I grew up with these people around me forever. And, and I get it, dog. Trust me, I do. But I walk around with that big Dom energy. So it's always made sense to me why they're upset. And I've always had fun with it. So let them whine like little bitches. That really good. We talked about this last night. One of those the kid that really hates Jalen Hurts. What's his name? Shane Hath, the one that was like adamant Jalen Hurts was black, so he was the worst quarterback ever. You could never. I don't know how you guys listen to that douchebag, but he literally would try to attack my content. Like, oh, you think football? Jalen Hurts sucks, and now he's like the biggest Jalen Hurts fan ever. So just truly funny, but he made a post last week and it was like, the Eagles need to seriously consider looking into the Madden community and hiring one of the professional Madden players to be the head coach because they know how a system works. And I thought like, oh, he's trolling. Like this is, who would ever. And then I read the comments and I was like, I fucking can't believe we're doing this. But this is what we're doing here. Madden. We're going to hire Madden, children playing Madden to be the fucking coach of the Eagles. Like, dog, okay, man. And this is why it's frustrating to me. Like, yeah, that's the expert out there. This is the guy. Yeah, he really knew what was going on with Hurts. Let's hire Madden people. And then someone was saying last night on the show, that's why I brought it up. Like, oh, Madden people. It's like, yeah, like that's how dumb. This is what we're dealing with here, man. Vince Papale, yep, bring him in, dude. Signing him. We're bringing Alshon Jeffries, and not one. We're adding the IES on there, bringing in multiple. So we're getting people we aren't even their names. We don't know how to spell our team. Let's just, let's not know anything and then call ourselves expert. Let's do that. To be honest, well, I hope you are honest, my man, but what are you honest with? Did you say something else before this? To be honest. All right. Well, let's be honest, man. No doubt. Big Jim, my dude, tuning in from South Jersey. Love it. 4 more wins is all it takes, my friend. And yeah, it is. Well, yes, it is social media, I guess, to an extent, social platform to connect. But that's what I mean. I do this to find you guys. Dude, you guys have been nothing but fucking awesome. Like, I love you guys. The kind words, like, are cool. But, like, you guys are truly dedicated. Like, I don't need you to praise me. I just need you to keep showing up. Love that you guys, and I don't mind. I mean, if anybody knows who Jimmy effing Smith is, I don't mind a little altercation. But in this new world, see, back in my day, I could just take care of you. One swift little, but see, today now it's, and it's different world. But that's why I really can't thank you guys tuning in and, jumping in front of those people. We try to help these people, but I understand probably a lot of stuff going on at home, a lot of alcohol, crack, whatever kind of drug they're using. But I try to help with that too. I mean, I'm here, dude. I don't blame me that the media is lying to you, because I'm the counteraction to it. And I've been showing them up for 5 years now, dog. Well, dog walking them. There's not even competition at this point, but I still got to pretend I'm not the one saying all this stuff. Think showing your balls would be a TOS? Yeah, I was thinking that, but that's what I'm talking about, underball. So I'm thinking maybe like we'll just do a show, right? And, I'll just get up and I almost did. That I might have gotten a violation because I've actually got my long johns on. It's pretty cold out today. Took my pants off before I came on. Yep, that's right. Sometimes I do my show without my pants on. How do you feel about that? But I think I'm just going to get up or just make a post and be like, my sources are telling me, and just boom, give them a nice big crotch shot and be like, I don't know what that has to do with anything sports, but apparently that's what a lot of clicks and views get out there, a little cleavage out there. So maybe I'll start wearing V-necks, start showing off the bulge. I'm not sure what I need to do here, but it's not football. Because if that's what people wanted, I would have 1 million subscribers with the work I've done. But it's okay at this point. Look, you have to understand, it pissed me off at first, but now it's like, I got to take it in stride. This world has always been that. I mean, when I played football, the coaches, kids, I mean, it's always been that way. And I was just too good. They couldn't not play me. Like, I've always seen like how hard it's going to be. And it just made me fight harder. Like I grew up watching the Eagles. That's why I fight with my Eagles. I'm not like these new fans that quit whenever things look hard. I'm all about that fight, man. That's literally been my whole life. Everything was, built up against me because my family didn't grow up with a lot of money. They weren't weirdos. Like, I grew up in a very weird place. So Trumpies. So it's like, I didn't fit in from day one, baby. And I like that. I truly do. I don't think that, fitting in is a good thing when the masses are literally brain dead and following a government. They literally listen to old gray balls people tell them what to do. Insane to me. And if you're one of those people that identifies as a direction and you let old people tell you what to do, I apologize. I'm not trying to offend you. Just saying it's insanely stupid to me. But to each their own again. NFC lucked out weather-wise compared to the AFC is going to be freezing. No, I think it's supposed to be like torrential downpour in Monday's game. So let's just hope that, hey, we played in so many rain, sleet, or snow. The Eagles are trained to go, baby. How many times have we said that? And they sure are, man. And that was so sad to find that out because when I first started my channel, it was about spreading positivity and telling everyone have a great day. And I was so positive. And then it was just, I got done. And I told you, I was like, I'm going to start fucking matching energy. Like, you guys want to tell me I should die every day and how much I don't know football because I get things right. All right, dog, let's match that energy. And let me tell you something. These snowflakes, they do not handle matching energy well at all. And I tell them, look, if you can't handle a dick. Don't be a dick. So, hey, man, I'm going to keep swinging that big Dom energy, and they're going to have to deal with it. Hey, all good, my man, but let's be honest. Let's go Birds is all I need to hear. But appreciate you tuning in, my man. See the injury report, because I know, hey, right? Is that not valuable to you? I think to me, what I make this show is all of the information I'm obsessed with. That's what I did. I mapped it out to, okay, what am I looking up that I know everything? When people ask me, how do you know this stuff? What is going on? I want to show you guys. I'm not charging you. This is free info. Free. I mean, you'll know more than any media person, any content creator, any fan. Ask anybody who actually watches. I don't know what else to tell them. And then it's people, oh, you didn't want to fire Sirianni and Brian Johnson, and we lost. I told you. And it's like, no, you didn't, because we didn't fire them. I told you, we need to fix the issues. And now they're all repeated. Well, if we added some hot reads and maybe we got some new format, like, oh, so now everything I said is right. Oh, okay. Like Twilight Zone, dog. Yes, Will Strip to explain it. I at this point, and that's the funny thing. Obviously, I would never do that, because if I did, I would obviously have already joined all the other Eagles content creators when the Eagles start losing, and I would, Eagles suck, just to get all these people on board. But I don't want those fans. And people are like, oh, that's not how you build a brand. And it's like, yeah, maybe it's not, and it's not. Like, you should pander, but I can't. I really can't pander to people that are just miserable assholes and want to spread that. Like, dog, I want the complete opposite. I want to show people love. I want you guys to reach out, tell me when, you've got issues with something. And many of you do. I love that. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a counselor. I tell you that every time. I'm just here to help you. I've been through hell in my personal life. My Eagles are my escape. So when you try to turn my escape into hell, yeah, we're going to have an issue. So that's why I stand up for myself and my brand, because if stupid people could get something right, maybe I'd listen, but they don't. No, they are not. They're just black long johns, but I'm not going to do that to you. I don't want to blind anybody, but look, man, dude, I do have some Eagles. I'm not showing you that. But dude, you know me. I bleed green, but the long doms, that's what I'm talking about. Love it. I love that, Anton. It really does, right? I mean, I feel like, hey, at least we're battle tested here. And one of the other things is we've got this, fan base that's always booing us at home. So I think that's been, as much as I hate it, this is good. Like, as much as the fans try to hurt the Eagles and make sure they lose by being loud when they're on offense, this could help us, because obviously we're going to be on the road. So they're going to be, because of all of the closet Eagles fans booing them every home game, they're going to be battle tested for this. So I'm actually pretty pumped up about it. I think that this team, and I told you before, I think this is a blessing in disguise not playing at home, because hopefully, we just focus on, okay, we're on the road, rather than thinking like, oh, we're going to have fans on our side, and then get there and everyone's booing you. Trade Hurts, trade out. Like, I'm glad we don't have that negative energy. So, I think that, dude, but just for you, my man, just for you. Completely agree. And I'm sorry. That's just how I feel, because I think hindering your team is a bad thing. I don't think that you should help the opponent. I think you should help the Eagles and be loud when they're on offense, not when the Eagles are. That's just my opinion, but you heard Hurts calling those dumb people out, but it is what it is. 11-6. Hey, man, we've got the dumbest fan base alive, and we've talked about that all show. I told you I got some time today, so I want to hear it from you guys, and everybody's been getting it in, Dank. But appreciate you tuning in here, man. We're going in. I don't understand it. And dude, it's been pretty funny, Dank. You really missed a good one. From all the people we're talking about who are taking over where and what, Reno Mahe, special teams, Ghost of Vince Lombardi's coming in. We got so many great hires coming our way, let me tell you. But dude, you guys, I love you. And I wish I could make these shows an hour every day. Like, I feel like you guys sometimes think I'm being short with it. Like, I don't think it takes me hours for some of these shows. And then I'm like, oh, now I get to make a 10-minute show. Like, that does hurt me, because I want you guys to know I love you. And I want you to know. And that's why I tell you at every show, like, reach out, dude. If you're down to talk, some of you have my phone number. Some of you reach out on Facebook. Some of you want to talk every single day. And you know that I post a video every single day, but you want more. And I love that, because I myself am also a sicko. So You got to understand that's what I created this for, right? I just think that this is a safe place for real fans, and you're going to have people jumping in offended all the time, but we stand together, right? And the more you guys, more sickos I keep finding, the better this gets. So this is why I didn't quit. And as many people keep, and you see all these other content creators getting players on their show now. You see all the things they stole from me, and it's like, good. This is what I wanted. Rather than you talking about trading and firing everyone, let's get you actually doing something useful. So I'm proud of these people following in my footsteps. This is what I set out to do. Change the game. I told you 5 years ago I would change the game, and you see it already. People talking about the draft, people breaking down how the cap works. No one knew any of that stuff before me. So you sickos, I can't do it without you. The Stallone there. Yeah. I get a little carried away with those sometimes. And look, man, I just really, and this is not to attack anyone, that's watching this. This is always these people that steal my work. The ass bags on my accounts always talking trash. I love to take this time to laugh at them with you guys. Like, don't ever think I'm personally attacking you guys, because if I did, like if I were to want to personally attack you, I would literally just come right for you. Like, I wouldn't sugarcoat it. I would just tell you that you have that small rod energy. That's just me, man. I do not sugarcoat things well. But yeah, I like making fun of those people because, they honestly, my whole life, that's what those people do. They make fun of, they're the bullies. They like making fun of everyone. They've been handed everything, so they think they get to laugh. I'm the dude that steps up to the bully. I've always have been my whole life. And that's just, I'm always going to stand up to entitled people. Like, I'm sorry that, you think your mom and dad sending you to a school, you doing absolutely nothing but just homework and then getting placed somewhere, like that's you grinding and working hard. Like, dog, I'm sorry. To me, that, and look, not saying like if you were born into that, and we can't help what we're born into, but to me, you're going to have to, at some period in there, learn football. And I don't know where that happened for some of these people. So for me, it's been part of my life literally from day one. And I was playing midget football. Oh, are you allowed to call it that anymore? Pee-wee football. Different times. I'm an old man, dude. So different times. But look, man, let them hate. We'll continue to educate. Mark Simonell, might as well, dude. Bring him in. Let's get Juan Castillo as head coach. Ghost of Christmas Past will be the assistant to the ghost of Vince Lombardi. We're bringing them all in, dude. Why not? Why the hell not? Oh, makes my head hurt. It does. I put so much work in just to hear people say that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, God. Like, who's telling them this stuff? Like, who? I ask all the time. Like, I'll help whoever you're watching. Like, I'll try to teach them how things work. And, I mean, oh, Dan Cilio rips. And who retweeted this? Okay. Yep. See, don't need to see that shit. Don't care. See, people like this, they don't know anything about football. Slay laughing about fans being uptight. Look, man, they're always going to turn against you, Slay. They wanted to fire you. Now they want you to be their best friend. Look, you got to understand that these people are very reactionary and don't know what's going on. So they just kind of follow whatever they're told. Now, I wish they would follow someone that knew what was happening, but again, I digress. I just, Dad got me a Hurts jersey. Oh, I called him the other day to pick it up and said, I don't know if you still want it, but excuse me, China's father. Let me tell you something about Eagles fan, because if I remember correctly, China tells me that you're a Cowboys fan. Let me tell you something. There's a big difference between Eagles and diehard Eagles fans. Don't look at these new fans because they are exactly like Cowboys fans, but we don't jump ship when this team is losing. So she will happily not only take that jersey, but I would bet you she'll put that son of a bitch on right then and there, proceed to walk through the house, let you know, and then go out in public and let the world know who QB1 is, because that is the difference between Eagles and Cowboys fans. But I do want to give a shout out to your father. A fantastic gift, and I'm sure that he actually felt like a real fan for once in his life buying Eagles merchandise. So it's got to be great for him. No, but shout out to your pops. That's what's up. But that's not how these colors run in these parts, my man. But love it. What a great present. I've only worn mine once, and I am petrified to wear it again. I told Chelsea, don't buy me ever. This has been from day one since we've been together. You ever buy me a jersey, don't buy me that real shit. Do not buy me the super expensive one, because then I have to be petrified every second that I'm wearing it. She buys me a freaking Kelly Green Jalen Hurts. Now I wrap the damn thing in plastic. I'm gonna like put it in an effing locker. Like I don't. That's the difference. So yeah, we'll take it. We'll take those jerseys and we'll wear them proudly. But too funny. Was filled with so much hate. Now they're saying I can't wait for you to come back. Yeah. And that's what's so funny, man. And they all wanted to cut him, like, oh, we don't want good players and we don't want good coaches or good GMs. And it's like we do. We diehards and sickos want to be good. Yeah, we don't want to be like you guys, please. So I try my best, and I know people get offended about it. Like I try to support the team, and how dare you support the Eagles? It's like I'm an Eagles fan. What do you want me to do, man? Like, and it's like I understand that each week you want to fire someone. Each week, it's cut Covey, trade Hurts, and I hear it every week. I run a show. I have to deal with it every day, every week, every year, and it's unbearable that people would just listen for a second. They always get mad. Like, no, that's not how it works, actually. And then they're, oh, F you, man. It's like, all right, I don't listen. And then it happens. And then they're repeating me. And it's like, huh? Fire aside. Yeah. Yeah. And I mentioned that you missed this whole show. So you missed all these, pretty much all of these things I was saying. And it's, I think the funny one was, Steichen and Gannon last year. We got to fire them. We got to fire Sirianni. We got to get rid of Howie. We got to trade Hurts. Then we go on to the Super Bowl and it's like, well, maybe these jackasses don't know what they're talking about. So, and what I said at the beginning of the show was maybe we could be fans of, and cheer on the players and coaches when they're here. Hear me out. When they're wearing Eagles green, I feel that's when we should be rooting for them, not when, they get traded. Everyone hated Steichen, wanted him gone. Gannon, now they all want him back. And yeah, what if we did that while they were here? I know. Who am I coming up with these crazy ass ideas? Cheering on your team. Who the I'm just saying, man, what if maybe things would go differently if we supported our team rather than, making it harder on our offense at home games. It doesn't matter. Fans, yeah, when they can't hear each other and can't get the plays in, that actually, that does, like when you're supposed to do that to the opposing team and you say that helps, it's just so much it hinders the team too. So if we could just learn some basic things, it'd be great. And yeah, that's just like we talked about all show here. I feel like I'm going crazy, folks, but that's why I tell you guys, can't do it without you, because I truly can't. I would go insane. But ladies and gentlemen, I do got to get rolling out here. I can feel myself getting a little lightheaded here. Need to eat something, but came in here, wanted to give you some time to chat. And look, I'll be right back tomorrow. We will be live for Fan Friday. Oh, no, we won't. We're doing it different, aren't we? No, we're not. So I've done it differently in the past, but I did set a schedule if you guys saw it. So that way we could just know what's going on. I don't care what's happening in my life. I'm going to make it happen. So you've got the initial injury report. You've got the top matchups. You've got behind me. Like, you can all go check those out. I'll post them down below in the comments. But I'm going to have tomorrow Fan Friday. I'm going to give that to you. So all the questions, everything. I'll give you an updated injury report during the show too. But Saturday, you'll get your game status report, who's out, who's questionable. I'll do that live too. I'm trying to do every show live throughout the playoffs. And then on Sunday, I'm going to try to give you a sicko Sunday. I'm going to try to do that before the final game and talk about everything that's been happening, or maybe even before the first NFC game. So NFC starts at 4:30. There is a game at 1. So maybe at like 4 o'clock on Sunday, I'll do sicko Sunday. I'm trying to get a very special guest, but we'll see how that goes. If not, it'll just be me and you sickos. And then Monday, pregame show. We're almost there, dude. So I hope you're getting excited. I know I'm ready to run through some effing walls, and I'm just as tired as you guys of the negativity, the whining. I just would love to see for even a couple days people be fans, and then they can whine about everyone that needs to be cut, fired, everything during the offseason when that stuff happens. And, I understand that people don't want to talk about football during the season, but you sickos that do, you just keep doing what you do. You keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. It's because of you that I keep growing. So I can't thank you enough. Seriously. I heard some fans wanted me fired, but we're number one in the, yeah, it just goes to show how dumb our fan base is. And you see all these fans like, why would Brian Johnson get hired? It's like with Shane Steichen. And it's like, well, you have to understand how football works first and foremost. And that's always the key that I think they're missing there. Understanding the sport that they want to be experts in. And if you don't like personnel, got to give them a chance to work their magic. Yeah. And look, man, I think this team, they've got, magic inside, and I just need to see them bring it on out. Starting to sound like a broken record, honestly, frankly, is the Colts take. Oh, it's every year, man. I feel like I'm living in the try, but the worst part is I'm never allowed to take credit for all the work I did. Now I'm at the point where I just sound like a cocky asshole because I'm tired of being the only person who gets things right, and everyone just, no, he didn't. He was mean and told me that this was going to happen. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, dude, but I tried to help you. I'm not mean. I just know what I'm talking about and don't listen to morons in the media. So, look, man, they're going to continue to do it, and I'm going to continue to do what I do. I cannot change that for them. I will always stick to the facts, the truth, and I know that's going to bother people, but just like with real life, like I don't make fun of, people with disabilities. I'm not racist, and I know that bothers a lot of people, but I don't care. Like I know that that's most of our fan base. I don't mind. Because I have sickos on my side. I can stand up to any of them, and I do every day. But with you on my side, the sickos will conquer. I promise you. I promise. And they'll all be, and look, they're all repeating me this week. You see it, right? You hear them. They're literally saying everything I say. So somebody heard something I said, started repeating it to someone. We got them, baby. And you're seeing people become fans again. I actually had the biggest fan ever. I mean, you see it, dude. You see those little wiener accounts, Eagles Strictly on Twitter, always talking shit about the Eagles. I even saw them today. Eagles are going to make it. It's like, yes, we've got these little weens on board, baby. We told them, we're going to grip you up, dude. We're going to get you. You're going to tell us all these things, and then you're going to have to backtrack. Boom. Go Birds. Liz, glad I didn't roll out. I was just about to leave a second ago, but at least get to say hello to you. I told you guys today I had a little time, so I wanted to get it in. I do got to get going here, but damn it. You guys are too awesome. Like, I love this. I seriously effing love this, and nobody is home. Dominic is currently at the Y getting jacked up. Chelsea is doing some kind of crazy, like 2.5 hour appointment on somebody. She's an esthetician. So let's go. That's why I had some time. So I wanted to get it in a little bit with you. But we've just been going in, Liz. We've been we're trying to get the vibes right. We are excited that we're on the road. We're excited the sickos are going to be on the Eagles side. We don't care about the negative Nancys, the wine coolers. We do not give a damn. And we've got people like Liz, China. We got Anton. There's so many you effing diehards. My man Dank always tuning in. We've got some real diehards. And 5 of us against 1,000 of them, I will take every day. And, as I, usually use that quote, you can line up me versus 1,000 content creators and media people. You can use all of their best stuff, compare it to mine, and I'm still going to come out on top. That's exactly how I feel about you sickos riding with me. Who cares? Who cares? Just like they told me about Hurts. Wrong. Sirianni. Wrong. Reddick. Wrong. AJ Brown. Wrong. I mean, the list goes on, dog. And until one day they learn. And Liz, you son of a, we love it. We love it. We truly, now just talking about your dedication, all of you guys. And Liz, if you guys don't know, is one of the biggest supporters of the channel, and she likes to really support the channel anywhere, anytime, and that's the kind of effing dedication I'm talking about, baby. You effing sickos, get me ready to run through these effing walls, and that's the kind of energy I need. So let's go. You guys are, you're too awesome, and oh, Jesus Christ. All about beating the Bucs. Sicko Sunday, Big Jim, I hope to see you then. Look, I'm doing all I can, and the better equipment, like I think about it more, I have equipment and those other things, it would literally take me less time to create these things. So promise you, I do all I can to do the best shows I possibly can. I'm getting really lightheaded here. That's a bad sign, but you guys are getting me pumped up, get me fired up. If I go down, somebody reach Chelsea and make sure that I'm not just laying here live on stream. I would appreciate that. And hey, man, I'm going to keep repeating it until everyone is of that notion. And I promise you, they will be after we beat the shit out of the Bucs. I actually have been saying it. I just went back and deleted all my old posts. I'm the biggest fan ever. I love that shit. I do. And dude, Little Dom's going to be Big Dom. Dude, I showed him the shirt. He was like, and I'm like, yeah, dude, of course I'm going to get you one. But I had to make sure someone else bought the shirt first. I was not going to be my first ever t-shirt sale. So if you guys missed it yesterday, I gave a big shout out. It does not tell me who orders it. I don't send it, so I have no idea. You can tell me if you want, but thank you so much, whoever it was. You bought 2 shirts, so I cannot thank you enough. And that sale is going on until tomorrow. You get up to 30% off on like all products, but the t-shirt costs like $16 plus shipping. But once the sale is over, it will go like $20 plus shipping. But dude, I'm doing it. I'm finally getting you guys, and I've got the Sicko season shirt ready to go. I'm going to send it to some of you guys on social media. I'm going to ask your thoughts on it. I'm going to make sure I'm putting out something that you guys actually enjoy here. But look, Lil Dom cannot be prouder of that little son of a bitch getting in there doing that work. And I told you before, you know, when I was coaching his teams, just how I've been brought up, like it's about teaching. It's about learning. It's not about like, I don't ever tell the kids like, you suck. We're going to get rid of you. Your mom should have. Nah, never mind. But it's like, you know, I just think that there's really just this weird, I don't know what's going on in the world today. Everybody just wants to, you know, hurt children and be weirdos. And it's a complete opposite for me. And not even just children. I want to treat people like human beings, whether they're actors or players or whatever the hell it is. You know, we could all just be kind to each other. I think it would go a long way. But obviously, because I stand for that, everyone brings their negativity to me. And I get it. You guys, you know, don't like, you know, me talk about mental health. And again, not you sickos, but I know that rubs people wrong. But I don't care. Like, I'm always going to stand up for what's right in life. I'm no J6er, man. We don't got to win 4 games at once. Hey, one at a time, my friend. As I've told you, you're 0-0 each week. So whatever happened in the regular season, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe you take it, you learn from it. Let's effing ride. That's all I need. Something positive will happen on Monday night. Will help us on a run. Oh, we're going to whoop the hell out of them, man. And they're all going to be on board. I'm promising you, just like I've been. I'm not faltering. I will not. I'm the only content creator that's going to stand here and tell you the Eagles are winning it because I believe it. And they'll all be back on board. I promise you. Just like when they start learning about the cap miraculously after I make a video. Or when, you know, it just takes some time. I have to wait for them, but they eventually take it. So take it, please. You're making our fan base look so stupid. Please get them learning. Just take it. Take it. You do anyway. But yo, have yourself a great night, Anton. Seriously. I'm about ready to pass out here. I'm going to be honest with you. But you have a great night. Stay safe out there. Go get yourself together. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. But you guys get me so effing worked up here. I love it. I love it. It is posted. I have it on each social media platform. And should be listed there. I'm going to do my best to go back into YouTube and find where like that links page is, because like it has like my Facebook, Twitter, like a PayPal, Instagram, stuff like that. So there's links to that on the top of my YouTube if you guys have seen that. I'll try to put my storefront, so it's not me making it, so you don't have to worry. I'm not like sitting here with like a press trying to make sure it's an actual company that I buy shirts from. Wish I was actually wearing one of them right now, but that like Dallas Sucks shirts, things like that. A very reputable t-shirt company. I don't make much off of it. I make like $1 off each shirt you buy. So it's not about the money. It is about growing the brand, getting you guys out there with some real product, with some real diehard stuff, not these little wieners out here, you know, making shit about players that aren't even on our team. Like that guy, I don't get it. But I will, I would post it down to you if I just had it off the top of my, I thought I maybe put it somewhere up here. I'm looking at my links and I don't see it. Let me see what I can do while you guys are on here. And this is, you guys are going to get a little taste of why I can't do anything with videos or anything like that, because I'm about to try to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you why I have such an awesome time with that stuff and can no longer try to do that stuff because, well, it just hates me. So what the hell? If you guys can see me, I apologize. I'm making weird faces. There we go. Okay, so it's supposed to be sharing with you. So you see it at the top, tpublic.com/user. Well, you're not going to want to put user because I'm the user. But on the road to victory, Eagles apparel. We got one shirt out, man. Sold those 2 shirts yesterday. Put it out the night before. So let's go. But you've got yourself 1 day, 8 hours, 44 minutes and counting to get yourself that deal. But I've already got some more designs, but here's the thing. The way that website works, they actually give you the first 3 days, they give a discount. So I'm not making money off this. I want you guys to be able to buy these $5 cheaper. So you'll get this one out. And then when the sale's over with that, I'll put another one out. And then when sicko season begins, boom, you'll have it out that day. You'll be able to order it. You'll be ready all sicko season. And if you guys are buying this stuff, whoever bought those 2 shirts, please take a picture and send it to me, because that's too cool to me. Too cool. But hey, any of you guys that buy that, you can put it on mugs. You could make a phone case. You don't have to make a t-shirt. You could make a baseball shirt. You can make a hoodie. Whatever you want to do, you just I give you the design and you put it on whatever clothing or whatever you want. So I appreciate you. And look, man, you guys do what you can. You don't have to do anything you can't. Don't put yourself in a bind because of me. I just appreciate you tuning in here. What do you think the kids are learning with how negative us adults can be? Oh, exactly. And that's why, I teach Dominic everything he needs to know about this world. I don't sugarcoat things for him. Now, I'm not like trying to scare the living shit out of him or anything, but I look at it from what I was lied to about in life, how, things really affected me when I grew up and was like, what the like, these people don't give a shit about me. Unfortunately, he got to see how just like me with my father, I watched my father suffer because he wasn't rich. He gets to see me because I don't have a lot of money, have to go through all these things with my health. So he unfortunately got just like me, a nice dosage of that when he was young. But I teach him as much as I possibly can because I know what he's learning in school. I know that they're lying to him. I know these teachers are J6ers. I know that there is nothing but evil and negativity. Like his first day, the 1 year, he went in and like some Cowboys fan was talking shit. And, this was a couple years ago because he was still kind of young. And I was like, well, why don't you just wait? I was like, when he, says something, I was like, you go in and, you laugh at him. And, he didn't want to, but they had the mid-period report where you go into teacher service, parent meeting. And I went in and the first thing I said to him was, how about them birds? Like, I'm not going to, sugarcoat how I am. I teach him if somebody wants to be a dick, like we can be a dick. But also I try, see, this is a tough slope to go on because it's like, I don't want him to match energy. I don't want him because, you got the 2 wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, okay, I understand that. But also, I don't want him, and I'm sorry, excuse my French, I'm not raising him to be a pussy. I'm literally teaching him that, dog, if somebody wants to get down, we're going to get down. Like, I teach him how to be a man, like not this new age drifter version. Like, he's going to fight for what he gets. He knows what it's like to work for what you get and earn it. But for most of it, social media, it's about everything's a free ride, why can't I be entitled? And it's like, look, man, that's not how the world works. Unfortunately, they make it seem that way. You got to buy these clothes. You got to do that. And, he likes to be stylish. So you guys know me. I don't give a shit about that stuff. But I do I'm not like one of those people like, we're going to Value City. Like, no, he's going to get the cool shit he wants. Like, that's what's up. But he's also like, I'm not going to spoil him. He's going to learn, you want something. Okay. Did you do the dishes? Did you and I'm not trying to teach him to be a slave to society. I'm trying to teach him to be a good person. Right. And, I was taught how to be that person that just, do what you're told, get in line. Don't ever think, just get a job, work 9 to 5, drink alcohol. So you don't ever have a moment to actually use your brain. And they got me. I was doing that for a while, man. They have 90% of America, that's what it is. But it's like, I'm going to do my best there. But yes, also, if you go to that community tab, I made a couple of posts there, so you can check it out there. Appreciate you, China. Sicko season review committee. Big Jim. You don't follow me on any social media, so I don't know how I can show you. But I'm going to try to show you again today. I tried to show you guys yesterday, but because it's like bright and that's bright and shit, I thought for a second there, I almost thought I was going to be able to link it on the show here, but I don't think I can. But I really like this Sicko season 1, like a lot. I incorporated my logo into the O. So there it is. So there it is on a white shirt. I made it so you can put it on white, black, anything. Can you see it? Oh, there we go. Right. Hey. But like you can put it on, anything you want. That's the cool part. Like you want a baseball tee, but you want it black and white. Like, boom, sicko seat. Now, that is my colors. Obviously, the lighting's messing it up. It is not yellow and blue or whatever that looks like. It's obviously the green and the green that you see here. But yeah, that's one of them. I'll give you that little teaser for you guys that have tuned in. Truly appreciate you. But let me know. Do you like it? Should I change the font? What should I do? But I hope you guys like that stuff. And if you have ideas, you want me to one of my sayings, don't worry, run the damn ball. I've been working on one for that, but I've already seen people take that motto. So I'm trying to come up with more that, are mine that they haven't taken yet. But go Birds! Appreciate you, Lil G. Give me a second here, guys. You guys somehow, I don't know how I find like second, third wins for you. That's what I mean. I want to make like a behind the scenes show one of these days where like you don't see when I'm like it. Like today, I woke up, I felt like someone just stabbed me with a samurai sword in my liver. My head felt like I got hit with a sledgehammer. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And I got home and it was like 3:55 or something. I was like, oh my god, I gotta get this ready for the news coming out. And I go through the ringer for you guys, man. I love you. I do. See anyone talking about the playoffs? I'll see talking about who's retiring. I'm like, yeah, they're idiots. And that's what you got me for, Liz. And I saw someone comment about that today. Like, there's no content creators that talk about sports. And I was like, well, there's one who does it every year and gets more right than anyone. But I understand if that upsets you. So don't subscribe if that is something's going to bother you. Have a great evening, Jose. This is the ghost of Jimmy Smith actually sitting right here. So we talk about the ghost of Vince Lombardi. He now welcomes in the ghost of Jimmy Smith. I actually passed out about 15 minutes ago, and somehow I am still going. But it's too much. We got to, and as I made that post, and yeah, sure, it might sound condescending, but it is. It's to those assholes, not to you, sick. You guys know when I make posts like that, I'm not talking to you, but I know that you want to fire and cut everyone. We're not doing that before our playoff game. I know you want to trade Hurts. I know that we got to get rid of everyone. Trade. It's all over. I know. But when the offseason starts, I call it sicko season. And I like to break down how things actually work. And that's by showing you the cap ramifications if you do let someone go. Why you would want to trade them. Why you would want to trade them pre or post June 1st. I make you the smartest effing Eagles fan ever. That's literally what I thought about when I made the show. What can I provide? I'm going to make you the smartest Eagles fan. And obviously, you can see by our fan base, many people are watching it. They are not fans of that. So for those of you that do, that's all we need. You guys are all I need. Who cares about those people? Seriously, they suck. And it's very embarrassing. And I'm not saying that to you guys. Like, don't say that to me because I'm with you. I am. I don't want to be annoying by talking about it, but I know it's annoying. I literally have to deal with it every day. It is unbearable. The Dom's Day machine. Yeah, he's a bad man. Need that energy back on the sidelines. Glad you like it, my friend. But let me know how you feel about that sicko season. Beyond. We diehards, we have to be the ones that go out here and whoop some ass. So we got to stand up. We got to stand up to these clowns. I used to love Value City. Oh, that's my John. See, when I said that, I was thinking of my childhood. Literally. That's why I was telling you, I'm not going to make him go to Values. But you can find some real gems in that bad boy. Let me tell you something. And, I told you guys I had a Jimmy Smith jersey before. Where do you think I got that bad boy? Value City, one of the biggest finds ever. I remember that as a kid. I told you, I've only owned a couple other jerseys in my lifetime, and that was when I was a kid. A Kajana Carter, big Penn State fan, loved him. And my man, Jimmy Smith, which I can't figure out why I liked him. But that is what it is. And that was my shit. I love Value City, all about it. I'm a dude, you guys, you see me, right? Like, I do not care. Whatever. I'm not here to impress you. I don't need you to find me attractive. I need you to just talk some birds with me. That's what this is about. I'm not into that stuff. To me, it's about who you are in here. I do not care what you look like out here. I don't care about any of that stuff. And I try to be, not look like death when I come on here, so you don't have to deal with that. I'm sorry, this disease makes me look pretty haggard. I look like I'm dying half the time and maybe you don't think that, but like when I see it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. But hey, man, I'm fighting right through this disease, just like the Eagles got to go fight through these tough times. And it's all I can ask for, man. And right, I'm just trying to teach him the right way. And I know I'm far from perfect, but I try to teach him, look, from my mistakes, you're going to learn from those. I'm not going to sugarcoat like my family. I'm not going to tell you, if you believe in this, you're going to have the best life ever. If you don't, you're going to be miserable and burn in hell for eternity. I'm not going to scare the shit out of my kid. I'm not going to, put fear in him. Like, I want him to whoop this world's ass. Like, yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff out there. Yeah, you have to do, you have to learn these drills where, the next Trumpy's going to come in and shoot up somebody. That sucks. But I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to an extent. And each year gets a little, like yesterday, what was he talking about? Playing something with me. What effing game was it? He wanted to play some video game a few years ago. And just like, that's not something I feel comfortable playing with you. And he said something yesterday, and I was like, yeah, we could, dude. And I was like, off season's coming. I promise you we're going to have so much more time to play video games because, if anything, video games is like the last on the list. I love doing that stuff, but especially with him, and I will play when we can, but I'm saying the game itself is what he wants to play, and it was, I can't remember. What the But I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's play. I don't think it was Batman. I want to say Batman, but either way, it was something mature that I felt 11-year-old him, not so much. 13-year-old, okay. Now, most of you know he is my son, not biologically, but he is my son. But his dad's in his life, and obviously his mom. But I don't like to be to a point where I'm not going to be the one that tells him what he can and can't do. So when they start buying him video games like that, when they're allowing him to go see horror movies in the movie theaters, all right, dog, because I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? I've done that enough to my friends growing up. I was a bad influence. So I don't want to be that, man. So, and yes, you should, Forte. Never, never, never follow those people. And you guys all know that's why they call me the free spirit. So yeah, man, got to start thinking for yourself. Anybody who's followed this show from day one, you all know that's what this show is about. And I know that rubs people wrong, but I don't care. I'm never going to follow the masses. And I know that maybe that's your thing. Maybe you identify as a left direction, right direction, whatever it is. That's awesome, dude. I identify as a free spirit who was sent here to make this place just a little bit better than it is. So, but yeah, right. That baseball tee I showed you. And it looks pretty cool on a black t-shirt too, but that black baseball, you guys know, I obviously wear a lot of those baseball style tees. I'm a fan. And I've always been a fan of them, but I bought a bunch of them when I originally got sick because it was the summer and I couldn't wear a t-shirt. I would get like freezing cold even with t-shirts. So I had it. And then like I'd put a hoodie on and be too hot. I told you guys before my temperature gets so jacked because of this disease, but they were like the perfect kind of shirt for the freaking weather. So I became like a monstrous fan of them. I just love that kind of style shirt. But appreciate that, my man. Thank you. And hey, nothing I can't handle. I'm a dumbass. I don't always eat right. I get worked up and, my blood pressure getting out. You should see me in games. There's times where I start seeing spots and I'm like, better sit her on down there, friend. But I've always told you guys, if I go out that way, just know, you need to know, that's how I wanted to go. I'm perfectly fine with it. My doctors told me, you can't. And it's like, well, I can. So bring it, baby. Bring it. I was built for this. I was. Way Out is rated E. No doubt. Way Out. I don't know. Way Out. Is that the prison one? Is that the prison escape one? I'm trying to think. But no, the conversation is he's got a lot of E for everyone games. The topic of discussion is here, him getting older and being able to play beyond the teen and the everyone. But lot of cool games that I'm hoping that we can move forward to here because I get to vicariously live through him. Did that with the Marvel stuff. Now he's kind of like phasing out of it. Although we were watching Ant-Man the other day, so he kind of still has it, but he's 13. It's happening. I'm like, no, like he's a teenager, man. And I mean, I love it for him, but it's like, did he really? We were just playing action figures. I'm taking him to the Y. He's drinking his pre-workout shakes. I'm like, give me a break here. I love it though. Love every second of it. But You guys, you have kept me going. We are almost at an hour and a half. I thought, all right, we'll give them a half hour here. We'll be good to go, right? Hour and a half later, and you son of a bitches still got me going. But love it, love it, love it. And cheese, anything really dairy is, kind of iffy with anyone, really. And everyone has a different kind of like gauge as to what you can handle here. Now, I've always had issues with dairy since I was a kid, but that will make you lethargic. Like, there's so many different foods. And if you guys ever want a class on becoming healthy, I can help you there, because boy, did I get my world flipped upside down with this dumbass disease. But if you don't like stuff like this, I recommend not using drugs like alcohol or cocaine or anything that's going to attack your liver. It is the lamest disease. It really sucks being in pain, feeling like shit. It's like being hungover at all times, and Mike Tyson's just punching you in the gut. It's truly fun. Being skinny all the time, not being able to eat right. Oh my, let me tell you how fun it is. Let me just tell you. And the fear of just it being a chronic disease that could kill me at any time. Oh, just love every second of it. But take care of yourselves out there. And if you ever, I'm not trying to preach to you and busting balls, but if you really ever need a friend, you need anybody to talk to about that kind of stuff, seriously, reach out. Again, I'm not a preacher, pastor, nothing like that. I'm just going to come out here and tell you what I've been through, tell you what we can do to try to help you get to the promised land, wherever your promised land may be, whatever you may believe in. I don't judge people. I think that really hinders helping people that need that help by telling them, you're not, you don't believe this, you don't do that, you can't do this. Bullshit. That's what messed me up for so long. When I finally did it my way, it's my way or the highway. Sorry, don't know where that came from. Limp Bizkit. But time goes by fast when you're talking. It does, you guys. Like, I literally at one point was like, I'm dying here today, and now I'm right. Just I don't think I've ever more than one time in my life taken off my headset, and no more than one or two times have I ever taken a drink on this show. I don't know. I told you when I was a kid, I learned how to be a professional broadcaster in school. And I've just always kind of followed those rules. Like, I'm not going to drink during the show. I'm not going to, that's just stupid. But I don't know. I don't think humans are supposed to eat dairy, to be honest. Yeah, man. Like I was saying, and I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm just to a certain extent, you know what I mean? And it's been messing me up since I was a child. I had to go to the hospital. I was like 4 or 5 years old. They thought like something was really wrong with me, and dude, it was insane, bro. And my dad used to make me cheesy omelets, and I was getting sick. I loved them. They were like my favorite thing. So I had to find out the hard way. But yeah, it's really, man, it's pretty weird. Yeah, pretty weird. But I mean, we drink milk but it's like kind of like cannibalism, right? Like, well, that's meant for them. But then again, we kind of just eat dead shit all the time. So it is what it is. But you guys, you do whatever you want. It's your life. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Talking trash on alcohol or heroin or any other drug is not because I'm mad at you. I just don't like drugs that kill people, especially all of my family and friends that they've killed. So that's why I talk about that stuff. It's not to make you feel upset. Hey, man, I know the kind of drug problems this world has, and that's why I extend my hand and tell you, reach out if you need me, man. It's bad out there, and I get it. Trying to escape is something I used to do all the time. That's why this is now my escape. Lazarus, baby, you're damn right. They threw me right in the pit, and here I am. All about it. You were talking about the Bible. I went with Batman. I'm sorry, but dude, I'm back, baby, and I'm going to talk to Samson, right? Is that the guy with the long ass hair? I'm not cutting that either, baby. You grew that back. They ain't stopping me. They're going to try, but it ain't going to happen. So, look, now I'm having liver pains, so I am going to go because, those are annoying, and it hurts to actually talk. If I didn't feel like freaking out, I'd show you my stomach right now. It like, this is probably what a pregnant person looks like. It's just going like this. Oh, I literally feel like I'm Ripley and an alien's about to put. Like, that's literally what I think of because it's directly right there. And dude, I want to show you. Oh, it's so bad, man. Like, I hate that. Like, because I'm somebody, I hate doctors. I hate thinking about that stuff, seeing that shit. So of course, naturally, I get the disease that and that when I go, I tell you guys, so I go to the doctor, they're like, all right, well, I'm like, don't shut up. Like, I'm literally doing everything I can to talk about the Eagles in my head to myself because I don't want to hear anything you're saying. I'm going to pass out. It makes me sick. Well, let me just push on your liver here. Like, Not a fan. Not a fan. But Bane, let's see, now we're on the same boat there. All about it. Give me that green stuff, baby. The venom. All about it. Nursing school, love seeing out. That's what it's all about. And you guys are gonna be weirded out. Now, if I do this though, you're gonna get how can I do it without harming anybody here? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but it's like it's freaking me out. But didn't want to throw what we were joking about earlier, getting more views. I didn't want to do that to you. So got the stomach out there. And look, China, if you're becoming a nurse, I'm gonna need you even more than I need you now. So look, any tips you've got? And you guys, I'll tell you what, I'm very lucky. You know, I had my own personal nurse, Chelsea, throughout the whole damn process. She was literally like studying things and taking care of me, like when I was truly sick, doing everything above the sun. But I always can use some help. So anybody in that field, or, you know, you got Forte, anybody that wants to throw knowledge, look, I know a lot of this stuff, but maybe you think I don't. Maybe you want to just help. I'm all about it. I need to keep kicking here as long as I possibly can. But I don't know. I don't know what that means. It hurts right here, like my esophagus. Now, I used to have, what are they called? China, you'll probably know, the holes like in your throat. What the? They put like the tube down and they're like, oh, I had to be wide awake for that. Oh, let me tell you how much I love that. They can't put me down. So I have to be awake for every surgery, the drill, all that stuff. But I used to have holes, and they apparently said after a few years, they're like, you healed yourself. And I was like, look, dog, that's straight cannabis. And they're like, no. I was like, all right, dude, whatever. I guess whatever. But your esophagus, whatever it's called. But hey, I appreciate you. It's painful, but I honestly have gotten so used to it. I try not to make shows when I'm going through it, though, because then I just know I'm a cranky asshole and I feel like shit. But every time you talk about Chelsea, oh, dude. She is a true blessing in disguise, and she loves you guys too. And I'm like, man, like, she's a very busy person as well. We have crazy lives, but I hope that you guys get a chance to meet her one day. And I told her, I had said something about bringing her on a show anytime. She's like, I'm not coming up. I'm like, dude, I talk about you all the time. People need to know, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have On the Road to Victory. She pushed me to do this. I was just like you guys, reading, watching this other stuff and being like, do these people know football? Are we? And she was like, why don't you start your own? And she was trying to give me some motivation. You know, I was laying in a bed. She probably saw me, you know, just, am I going to live or die? Trying to give me some kind of hope. But it was exactly the hope I needed. Oh, my God, I could create an Eagles. What am I going to do? Started as a Facebook group. But she's a true lifesaver, man. I'd be dead without her. You guys got to meet her sometime. But I'm running on fumes here. Love you. I'm going to roll out. Need to. So, each of you, have yourselves a great rest of your evening. If you need anything, you want to talk, you want to continue this conversation, or maybe you thought of something, didn't want to say it in the chat, seriously, reach out. Maybe you've reached out and you thought I ignored you. Reach out again. I got a lot going on. I promise you, I would never ignore you. But I love each and every one of you. I had a great time. This was awesome. Not only did we go over a half hour, we went over an hour and a half. I bet you this has 10 views because nobody's going to watch an hour and a half injury report. I love you. And a big shout out. Thank you to the ghost of Vince Lombardi for tuning in here today. As you can see him right next to me. But anyways, you guys, I'm losing my mind. Hope you're all staying sane as you can, because we're about to get crazy on Monday. Get yourselves pumped up. Eagles are about to fly, baby. Let the haters hate. We will continue to educate until they are all on board. And I promise you, by Tuesday, they will be. But you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. I'll be putting that post out. I'm going to go grab something to eat, grab a water, and then I'm going to make that post for Fan Friday, and I'm going to make it open to all of you. First game of the playoffs, going to open up to all of you. So if you got any questions, make it a damn good one. You got a topic you want me to talk about, whatever. Let's try to stick to football, what's going on right now. I mean, I guess we could start the offseason before the offseason starts, but that's really stupid because you guys know I put more work than anyone in the offseason. So why don't we try to stick to right now, and then when the offseason begins, we'll get into it. You can ask whatever you want. If you're ready to move on to the next season, if you've already quit, okay, whatever. I will make that post. You guys get in whatever. It's your show, so you get to decide. But I would love to talk about some football. Would love to get excited about this game. And if you guys are hankering for any of that, top matchup stuff behind enemy lines, they are both already out this week. I will post them down below in the comments for you sickos who love to know everything football. Let's go. But, man, you guys really made this a fun show. You did. And I feel much better than I did earlier today. Feel a little worse than when I started, but sorry, I thought you said something different, but yeah, it sure is. I found that out the hard way, and I used to never sleep, and I still rarely do because of the show now. But my old ass needed to learn that at a young age, and I did not. I could literally go off 2 hours. I still can. I'm a maniac, and with this disease, I don't know how I do it, but very bad for your health there, folks. Get that rest, at least 6 hours, guys. Get that 8 you need, but rest up good. You got a big Monday coming, but tomorrow, Fan Friday live Q&A. Everything on your minds, on your hearts. Get it out. I want to hear it. Hope to see you then. But until then, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have a great rest of your Thursday night. You stay safe out there. Stay sane. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!